So if you're a hotel manager, there's probably several reasons why you would want to encourage guests who stay in your hotel to reuse their towels and linens. It's certainly going to save you money, it's going to reduce your laundry expenses, and environmentally it's probably a good thing to do as well. So how might a hotel go about encouraging more guests to reuse their towels and linens during their stay? It's a question that two of my co-authors, Robert Cialdini and Noah Goldstein, set about answering. And it turns out that those little cards that you find in hotel bathrooms are the key. The question is, what words do you put on those cards? And it turns out simply informing people that the majority of guests who had previously stayed in that hotel reused their towel was significantly more effective than informing people about the impact that towel and laundry detergents have on the environment. In fact, they also found that the more specific that you got in that message, so pointing out what the person that stayed in the room before you got up to, led to a towel reuse rate in excess of 30% compared to the control of the environment. So pointing out what others are doing that's desirable in a given situation is an extremely effective influence strategy. And it turns out that it's costless too. Now, how can we apply this to a variety of other business environments? Well, about a year after those studies were published, I got a call from the UK Tax Office who asked whether or not a similar approach would apply to encouraging people to pay their taxes on time. And it turns out that such an approach does work. And over the last couple of years, we've been trialling a variety of different messages, pointing out that the majority of people do pay their taxes on time, and as a result have collected hundreds of millions of pounds in additional cash-to-bank revenues. So what lessons can a business draw when looking to influence others, generate change, move and engage people in new directions? Well, the first is that there's a huge body of research from the behavioural sciences that can provide some very innovative ways to get people to change. And often these approaches are largely costless, as we found in the tax and the towel studies. The second is to be aware of the limitations of traditional market research. I doubt that many hotel guests really want to know what the person who stayed in the room before them got up to. And I'm sure that most people who paid their taxes on time in the UK as a result of getting our letters didn't recognise that the reason that they were doing so was because they'd been informed that their neighbours had already done so as well. So the second lesson for a business here is to perhaps divert some of that money that you would traditionally put into market research and apply it to test and learn environments and studies where you can watch what's actually happening in practice.